Hi, Erik Linask here at Cloud Expo in New York. I'm talking with Pier 1 Hosting's Robert Miggins. Robert, thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Hi. I'm glad to be here.
So let's start off. Talk to me a little bit about what are some of the trends that you're seeing from your customers. What are your customers asking you for regarding cloud?
Well, it's actually picked up. The frequency of the kind of requests we're getting has dramatically picked up in the last 12 months. We're seeing that from a couple of different places. One, we're seeing current customers who have traditionally bought non-cloud products from us, like whether it's managed hosting or dedicated hosting or co-location, are bringing new projects to us and asking us to quote it out in a cloud format. So that's sort of one indicator of how the market is changing. I think the other one is customers that we typically haven't sold to at all and probably haven't outsourced at all are also bringing us requests and saying, we want to outsource and we want to use the cloud, tell us what you've got.
So specifically regarding those existing customers who are now looking at you, adding you as a cloud provider, if you will, what's driving that interest from them?
I think I think the maturity of the cloud space is gotten to the point where they're sort of, I don't know. I think it's settling in so that you don't feel like you're taking a leap on technology by any stretch. It's sort of proven technology now, and in many respects, if somebody wants to scale up and scale down, it's simply a better way of doing it than sort of the old way things were done 5 years ago.
How much are people moving into cloud environments? Is it a majority of their technology? Is it a small portion?
It's somewhere in between those two. So our whole story about cloud is about offering choices. So we don't sort of force customers into one choice or force them into saying you have to buy this cloud from us. As a matter of fact, we're all about saying if you want cloud, we have choices there. If you want dedicated hosting or managed hosting, we have choices there as well. And then for that matter, if you want hybrid, we can do that also. So it's really hard to say. It's not that everyone's moving wholesale, and it's not just a trickle either. It's somewhere in the middle.
So I think one of the stories that I'm hearing here this week already is that just about everybody's indicating a continued increase in adoption of cloud. Does that imply that security is, not that it's not a concern, but that people aren't afraid of security issues?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I think that security has gone from being a weakness of the cloud and a common excuse for why not to adopt the cloud, and actually turned into a strength of the cloud. I mean, I would argue that our mission critical cloud, which is primarily what we're here to talk about today, is arguably more secure than what some IT departments may be running in-house. There's sort of a long conversation we'd have to sort of prove that out, but it's peculiar that we've sort of turned the security argument upside down and actually led off with a security message because we believe it's actually even more secure than perhaps doing whatever people were doing the old way.
Now, certainly there are others out there who have very secure cloud products, but why do you lead with security?
Well, first of all, we know that it's a really key factor, so you have to sort of address it up front. And so that just makes sense to do it. What we've built out with our mission critical cloud is highly secure because it offers high availability firewalls, it offers DOS mitigation, it offers intrusion prevention and intrusion detection. So there's a whole sort of host of really important components. It also has user-based permissions and things like that. So there's a whole series of smaller components that together, you put it all together, make it enterprise class secure.
Are there other situations such as what we're seeing in the media today with governments requesting access to data that go beyond forced access or entry and that go above and beyond what you can do with security? Are there certain things like that enterprises should be concerned with?
There probably are. I guess what we most frequently hear as a company that has data centers in the US and in Canada and in the UK is that's viewed as a strength. And anyone who has any sort of concerns about hosting their data in the United States, we would be quite happy to put them on our Canadian cloud or on our UK cloud, or for that matter on the Canadian cloud and then have failover happen over in the UK. So where that most frequently comes up for us is customers who want to know, if I use your cloud in Canada, will any portion of my data be stored in the United States? And the answer is no. So we sort of straddle both sides of that dynamic and that border, if you will, and we're quite happy to accommodate those customers who might have legitimate concerns about data privacy, or they might have irrational concerns. It doesn't really matter to us. We're sort of neutral in that area.
What else can we look forward to?
Well, like I alluded to earlier, I mean, the frequency of requests that are coming our way around cloud have really, really picked up in the last 6 to 12 months. And we're working on some really, really big projects right now. I can't really go into them right now, but I would say, this time a year from now, we will probably at least double our cloud revenue, which, on a percentage basis is great growth for us.
Excellent. Robert, thanks for joining me here.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm Erik Linask with TMC. Check out all of our Cloud Expo coverage in the TMC newsroom.